Well, my first question, as young women, as y'all know, society labels us and puts us in boxes based on our appearance before we're even given the chance to learn about ourselves, to feel comfortable in our own skin, to explore our sexuality. So I would love to know, what does discovering our inner prettiness as women mean to you both? And what do you hope audiences take away from the power and freedom that comes from that after watching Lola's journey?
Was it me to you?
I mean, I think it's exactly what the book is about. I think, when we talk about like the summer I turned pretty, I mean, a lot of people first, kind of assume like, oh yeah, outward appearance. But I think, I mean, the whole thing for me was like, this is the summer that Belly is becoming her own person and figuring out all this different stuff about her life and really coming into her own and figuring out her relationships and the things that hold meaning to her and the people that have meaning to her. And it's really, really about like who she is. Like, it's more of like that internal shift than that external change, because, and it's also like her confidence shifting and that kind of thing. And I really hope, like people take that away from the show and not just, oh, like she looks a little older this summer, she looks a little different, because that's what I think it's all
It's
about.
about how she feels.
Yeah.
And I think it's about
Totally.
how she feels, and I think it's growing up and just
Yeah.
like coming into adulthood.
Yeah.
But I also think there is something where people aren't allowed to feel beautiful, and then I think it's in the show, but basically that people think you should wait for other people to tell you
Yeah.
how you look. And I think I look back on my younger self and I like wish I wasn't like so hard on myself and could really just enjoy the moment, because I think when you're young in high school, like everyone is beautiful. Everyone has like their own inner light to them, and this summer is about Belly like stepping into that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I kept that in mind too. Like, when we were filming, I was kind of growing up, with Belly. It felt like, and it's not just about like how she's seen in the boys' eyes, and they've loved her for her whole life,
Yeah.
but it's really like about how she feels and how how she feels this summer, I think.
It's so beautiful because I did a lot of reflecting on my younger years when I watched this series. And gosh, I wasted so much time waiting for that permission, waiting to hear from society what I already kind of felt inside. I always felt confident in myself, but never necessarily hearing it, or and waiting. And it just, I feel so lucky that my niece, who's 14, gets to watch this series and hopefully not have that same experience that I did. That she can see that, it's magical to me, and so important. Jenny, I want to talk about how I just loved also how much you humanized the two moms, Laurel and Susanna. Why was it important for you, while creating a story about first love, to also showcase the deep love between these two women?
I think that for them, their big love is each other. They've gotten married, they've had like partners, romantic partners, but their big love story is Laurel and Beck. Like that's like the core relationship for them, and I think that is the case for a lot of women who really value their female friendships and lean on them for so much. And I really wanted to show these two women have characters that were not just about their roles as a mother or a wife, but that they got to have their own inner lives. I think you do see that with both of them, that there is so much more to them than just being like a mom.
Mm-hmm.
It's so special that you get to see that parallel too between like Belly and Taylor, and them in this period of like teenage girlhood and stuff, and then Susanna and Laurel still having this really tight-knit friendship between two women, because that friendship is so special.
And you see them, they're actively choosing each other again and again. It's not easy as a adult to say, we're going to take these couple months in the summer and we're going to keep coming back here and this is our time together. That is more important than, going to Europe for a couple weeks. So, like we choose each other, and they continue to do that.
Yeah, I just loved it. I was like, this is a goal of mine. I would love to do this with my, because I consider my best girlfriends also the loves of my life. I have a husband who I love dearly, but we're allowed to have many loves of our lives. And I think too, Lola, I love that you touched upon that, because the fact that Belly has that as an example, has this beautiful female friendship that her mom and Susanna have together, to sort of look up to. And it's just, I loved it. I loved it. You know, Lola, I know you touched upon this a little bit earlier, but I would love to hear more. What did playing Belly, being part of this experience, working with the iconic Jenny, teach you most about yourself?
Oh my gosh. Wow, yeah, I mean, that's a big question. I don't know. I think it taught me a lot about myself, and I think I just saw so much of myself in Belly, and not even just like my younger self, but like myself now, because I'm 19. Like, I'm still figuring so much out, and I think it was a little bit of a reminder to like sort of go easy on myself and not be too hard on myself at times, and let myself live and experience life and love, and learn from mistakes, and listen to my mom more maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I think it just, yeah, it taught me a lot about that, and about how important it is to just forgive yourself a little bit. I think,
Oh my gosh,
especially
yeah,
as a
that never ends, right?
yeah,
Like any
yeah,
that
yeah.
although what it sounds like a beautiful experience that y'all had on this series, this very special series that I'm so like I said, I'm so grateful it exists, and I'm so excited to share it with so many loved ones on Friday. So thank you to the two of you
Thank
for joining me
you.
Yeah.
today.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
It was a really thoughtful question.